If Earth's atmosphere suddenly shifted to 100% molecular oxygen, your first problem wouldn't be breathing, it would be your sweater. We are ignoring how the 78% of our atmosphere that consists of nitrogen vanished. Nitrogen usually acts as an inert diluent and a thermal sink, sitting around absorbing heat so chemical reactions don't get out of hand. Without it, the thermodynamic stability of almost everything you own is compromised. The most immediate change is the collapse of minimum ignition energy, MIE. In our current 21% oxygen atmosphere, a static spark from a wool rug is a minor nuisance. In 100% oxygen, the energy required to ignite materials like cotton or plastic drops below 0.1 millijoule. At this level, simple mechanical friction or a modest static discharge from pulling on a jacket becomes a catastrophic ignition source. In normal air, a methane flame reaches about 2,200 Kelvin because the nitrogen must be heated alongside the fire. In pure oxygen, that temperature hits 5,000 Kelvin. Since structural steel melts at roughly 1,800 Kelvin, your kitchen stove wouldn't just cook dinner, it would initiate a kindling chain where the stove melts the floor, which ignites the aluminum cabinets, which eventually turns the building's steel support beams into high-grade fuel. Insects would initially thrive. They breathe through tracheal tubes, and their size is limited by how far oxygen can diffuse. With 5 times more oxygen, that limit is lifted, potentially supporting dragonflies with 70-centimeter wingspans. However, the square cube law remains a spoilsport. If a beetle grew to the size of a Great Dane, its mass would increase by L cube, while its leg strength only grows by L square, causing it to collapse under its own weight the moment it molts. While the bugs collapse, the plants are starving. The enzyme rubisco, which plants use to fix CO2, starts fixing oxygen instead in a wasteful cycle called photorespiration. Plants would essentially breathe out their own mass until they withered into dry, high-velocity tinder. In 100% oxygen, even wet rainforests become high-intensity fuel, allowing a single lightning strike to ignite the entire landscape. For humans, the end is a clinical progression towards systemic oxidative stress. Within 24 hours, you develop the Smith effect, where high oxygen tension causes your lungs to leak fluid. Because there is no nitrogen to keep them propped open, your alveoli absorb oxygen so fast they simply collapse, a condition called absorptive atelectasis. You would find yourself suffocating in an environment made entirely of air. The final state of Earth is a scorched, silent rock, where the only survivors are deep-sea microbes far removed from the surface.